Welcome to the DKHizouse. You know what we talking about. Welcome to the DKHizouse. That's what we gonna run our mouth. Hey y'all, just a little disclaimer. Everything is for entertainment purposes only. Everything is alleged. I don't know none of these people. I'm just giving my thoughts, my opinions, predictions on what I think I see and know and hear. And I want you to do the same down in the comment section. So don't take everything too seriously, but only with a grain of salt, because we be chefing it up in this kitchen. And welcome, glad to have you. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you've been here a couple of times, we'd love to have you in the fam bam. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to the His House. I couldn't stay away too long. Okay, currently working on some things and updates, so things may be looking a little different, little changes here and there. Let's get into it, okay? Today is a relationship advice situation, and we're going to be talking about the fact, mainly talking to the ladies. We talking to the gentlemen too, but most of the ladies. And I just want to say, if you got your, well, no, it's really the ladies. If you got your person and how you should be when you have your person, let's get into it, ladies. Let's get into it. Because um, it's rare to find somebody who really is for you, your person. Y'all cross each other's T's, dot each other's I's, y'all make each other smile. Everybody's blissful, everybody's happy, everybody's so excited. All I want to say is that that's a blessing. That's a good thing, because not everybody can say that they found their person. So if you found your person, that's what's up. So just make sure that you are acting accordingly. Make sure you are his peace, not his chaos. Make sure you are his comfort, not his insanity, like uncomfortability. Like, we don't have time for that. If you have a man who's a provider, a helper, gives you the things that you require and that you need, make sure you're good, make sure you're satisfied, is your everything. Don't mess it up by trying to feed into this stereotypical uh, society's views of women, especially if you are a black woman. Sometimes we're called a mad black woman, and nobody got time for that, because at the end of the day, we are lovable, we deserve love, we are getting love, we are loving ourselves at the end of the day. Whether you're black, white, Mexican, everybody can apply to this information, because I feel like when you've grown up seeing so much toxicity in households where you really can't say, oh, that's what love looks like, that's what love is, it's easier to fall into the trap of wanting to do something toxic, wanting to do something sporadic, when in fact you just gotta chill. Now, I find this to be more common when you're younger, opposed to as you get older. You kind of are aware that in life it's best to not sweat the small stuff. It's best to appreciate those who appreciate you, so forth and so on. So if you really say you care about someone, definitely be their peace, their sanctity, someone they can rely on, depend on. Don't cause them drama and stress, because we have enough stress in our everyday lives, whether it's work, families, outside situations and circumstances that we have to deal with. We don't need any outside stressors in our lives, especially to the man that we're giving our heart to, our love to, our soul to. The toxicity needs to stay at home, when you was a child, when you were a kid, where you left it. Don't bring none of that into 2023, this current moment, because it's not the person's fault of what you've been taught, the way you've been conditioned and stuff like that. Because I remember for a long time, I used to think that, most relationships were toxic and, don't want to be with them. Even though to some extent it is kind of true. I'm not really talking about those toxic relationships that you want to get out of, that you're tired of, that the person gets on your nerves. I'm not talking about that relationship, because there's plenty of relationships out there that both parties are unhappy, or at least one party is unhappy, and they're driving their person crazy. I'm just trying to stay away from that and harp on the fact that if you have your person, Y'all are supposed to work as a team and help each other out. Make sure each other is safe. Make sure each other is good, healthy, taken care of, managed, so forth and so on. You don't have time for the stress, the fakeness, the phoniness, the listen to what everybody else gotta add and contribute to your relationship and how y'all running things, what's going on, letting people in y'all business, because at the end of the day, y'all are a foundation. Is, to death do y'all part. Well, with some of y'all. So at the end of the day, it's like, what is the issue? What are we worried about? Okay. Because I feel like if you really care for your person anyway, you're gonna be that person. You're gonna be that person that's supportive, caring, you know, that means you're not very argumentative. If your person tells you something that they don't appreciate, that they want to do, they like to do, you're going to be supportive, you're going to be understanding, you're going to try to make sure your person is happy, is good in all aspects of the word. That means we're not starting fights, we're not starting arguments, we're not going to look for stuff on their phone, we're not driving by their job, their house to see if somebody else is around. We're not throwing stuff, we're not breaking stuff, we're not hitting them, we're not being abusive. No, that's toxic, there's toxicity, and that's not the love that a person that you love should get, because you don't want toxicity, you don't want drama, you don't want stress. So why would you want to give it to a person that you claim to love? So if you are doing this with your person, giving them a bunch of toxicity, hatred, anger, resentment, fault finding, pointing a finger, stalking them, making sure they don't have no friends, no family, no outside communication, stalking their social media, like maybe you're not really in love with your person. Maybe that's control. Maybe that's a form of toxicity. Maybe that's a form of, maybe you need to get help or get out of the situation. Because when you truly care for someone and you truly rock with them and you down for them, you don't really have time for the fugazi. Okay, it's either you rocking with them or you not rocking with them, and that's just that on that. So let me know how y'all feel about what a woman should have as far as the feelings and the actions that she should have toward her person, because it is so easy to fall into the thought of, this person owes me something, or this person is supposed to make me happy. And you know what? I remember I was actually in a relationship and somebody told me that it's not my job to make you happy. And I was like, what? And this was after like we started getting serious. But at the end of the day, it's really not that person's job. You kind of got to be happy within in order to bring that happiness in a relationship. But at the end of the day, if you are committed to somebody or you found your person, it should be your want to make sure you do everything you can in your ability to make that person happy. I'm not saying devalue yourself. I'm not saying forget who you are, forget what your wants and your needs and your desires are. But what I'm saying is, why when you want to make the person that you care the most about, love the most, happy, excited, feeling good, feeling comfortable, like that should be automatic, no hesitation, no questions involved. And if you don't feel that way and you don't think that is for you, then you probably need to reevaluate your relationship and just realize that you're just in a situationship, and that's what it is. It's many people in situationships, whether it's the fact that they need extra money, they need somebody to talk to, they need somebody to make love to and with. They need a travel buddy, they need a roommate, they need a house, they need a car, they need a chauffeur, they need allowance. It's different reasons that people get into situationships, and they pass that off as if it's a relationship. Okay. There's people in this world that have been together for a long time, and they are so in jeopardy of losing what they have that they have to force themselves to do things together, force themselves to spend time together, when in reality that's something that should come natural. It shouldn't be like, oh, we got a plan to do this, we got a plan to do that. Not true enough. I feel like you should keep the spice and spontaneity alive in your relationship. But when it's like, oh, I don't want him to leave me, or I want him to, you know, to think that I don't care. Let me plan something every day, every week. I feel like that's overkill. Like, I feel like, oh, let's just go do this, let's go do that, and I want to do it with you. Like, if it's natural and genuine, that's cool. But I mean, like, if you locked in 20, 20, 30 years, if you weren't doing it before, but all of a sudden you just start doing it because you feel like you're in danger of losing your person, then it could be some toxicity in the relationship, because you didn't do that during your first 5 years together. You knew that during the first 10 years together. So why are you doing it when you're in year 20? Like, it's like now you want to change it up because you're afraid that that person is going to leave you, or feel like they have no memories with you. That, to me, that's like fake, because at the end of the day, it's like, why are you doing it now? You know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing it the whole time we was in a relationship, you know, going here, going there, this and this and that. Then that's cool, because I do feel like relationships, you should do things together. But I see situationships that happen, and people do stuff for the gram, people do stuff for the views, and people do stuff for attention, and they don't even value the people and the person that they're with. It's all for entertainment purposes, it's all for views, and that's a form of toxicity. Because just because you take a photo with somebody at a theme park like you're on top of the world, does not mean that everything is cool. Because a true relationship is behind the scenes, and that's the relationship that means that you value your person values you, y'all value your time together, and that means the cohabitation that y'all have together. Like, whether it's what's going on around you in your household, your dwelling, your work life, your business life, like, you're gonna make sure that you're good overall. It's not no phony fluff like, well, since I don't want them to think that we're not still in love or we're not still happy, let me post like we're going on dates. Let me post like we're still in love. Because people that know y'all for real know if y'all in love. The people that know y'all for real know that it's real. So if you gotta do stuff for the gram, it's very sad and unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I can, like I said, if you have been doing it the whole relationship, okay, I get it. That's normal. But if you're doing it right when you're about to split, break up, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a catch-22, because at the end of the day, if you're trying to save something, you do extra steps and things to make something work. But that really shouldn't take a year, 2 years to figure out if you want to be with that person. Okay. It's like, if you're spending time together, you're enjoying each other's time, you're either going to like spending time with that person or you're not. Okay. And that's going to let you know if you got to keep going so hard. And I feel like anytime you got to post stuff for everybody to see, it's like, who you trying to let know that you still with your person? Who you trying to let know that you still got a man? Like, we already know that y'all been together for years, on top of years, on top of years. And y'all didn't post none of that until now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make everybody question and wonder what y'all got going on, because it's like you're trying to keep a facade going on, an image going on. And that's how situationships be. It's just really fake. It's phony. They may tell each other that they love each other, but behind the doors, behind the scene, they arguing, they bickering, they're fighting, they're fussing, they're cussing, they're throwing, they're hitting. But into the world, they're portraying like everything's good, everything's happy, everything's copacetic. They breaking nails, pulling out hair. Like, it's very crazy. And that's not a way a loving relationship should have. That's far from it. And you just stay far from anything that's that toxic, that defiled, because it's just only going to defile you, your vision of you, yourself. And true enough, if you invested in something, that doesn't mean you have to stay in it if it's toxic, but a lot of times people stay in stuff because they get value from it. But I'm talking about in this situation about really riding with your person, really valuing your person. And as a woman, we need to do everything that we can not to stress our partners out, our men out, because they go through a lot, especially if they are a person that makes sure home is good, everybody's taken care of. Then you need to make sure that they have a voice. Don't overtalk them. Don't always try to talk to them, because if some men like to talk, some men don't feel like you have to force your man into a conversation if that's not what they normally do. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna resent you. They need to be able to talk because they want to talk. Don't give your person a third degree. I try to call you, you didn't answer. Where were you at? Where were you this? Where were you did? Like, try to keep things at peace, because at the end of the day, relationships do not mean control. They don't mean that you need to have a location. That does not mean, sorry, that you need to know everything that your person is doing every single day, every single week. Like, that doesn't mean that your person cannot take trips without you. That doesn't mean with their friends or family, whatever. That doesn't mean that they have to check with you before they do anything. That's called a parent. A parent, okay? And that's toxic. I don't care how you look at it, how you deny it, because if you don't let your person be them, the authentic self, then you are basically having control or parental control over their life, their situation. And how can you love somebody that you're controlling? That's not love. That's called control, narcissism, maybe a little bit manipulative, all up rolled up into one. Love is not a part of that equation. Just because you are trying to control somebody does not mean you love. That's chaotic, actually. If you're grabbing somebody's phone and telling them, asking to see their phone every day, every second, every minute. If you installing apps on their phone to check on them, this and this and that, what they doing, their location, it's a bit of toxicity. I'm not going to lie. It's like control. It's like, I'm expecting you to do something. I know you're going to do something. You're always doing something. I can't trust you. I can't trust you to make important decisions. I can't trust you to make valuable decisions. Why would you? I can't trust you to be truthful to me, so I have to monitor you. I have to spy on you with cameras. Don't you know there's people that have cameras in their phones, their room, and everything, because they don't trust their spouse? Like, that's insane. Like, that's insane. And then some people be like, oh, that's for security reasons. You need them all through your house and in your bedroom and on like security is usually monitoring your outside perimeter, and like you can see who's coming in and out. So sometimes people are so insecure about their relationship that they have to control every single part of it, to where who that person has access to talk to, who is coming in and out that house, and they're able to monitor it on a phone. I knew this one person who was married. They had this app on their phone that they could just look and see the interaction with their spouse, with the kids that they had and stuff like that. They would just watch every single thing. Now, I understand it's times where you do need to know what's going on, but that's what FaceTime is for. That's what everything is. Because who wants to be watched, monitored every single day, and you're not on reality TV show? You're not getting paid. So at the end of the day, just be a peace to the person that you're in. And if you cannot trust the person you're with to the point that you got to monitor them, sideswipe them, question them about everything that they do or say, then maybe that's not the person for you. Maybe you don't need to be in a relationship. Well, as always, thank you for stopping by at the His House for your alleged tea, entertainment, and gossip and predictions. And we will definitely have more. So definitely come back and see us. And if you want to be notified, hit that bell and also subscribe, especially if you've been here before. Come back again and again. But subscribe and join the fam band. We'd love to have you. And if you liked anything that was said on today, or even made you laugh, joke, think, ponder, make sure you hit that thumbs up or that like button, especially if you agree or disagree, and comment down below.